Hey sewing bestie, welcome to ST Global channel. In this channel we do sewing tutorial. We talk about my experience as a tailor, as a business owner, and I also talk about business, and I also create content on how I spend my day as a tailor, as a remote worker, as a business owner. So thank you so much for stopping by, and thank you for subscribing to this channel. I really appreciate. So in today's video, we're going to be making a tutorial on how to create that outfit you see on my thumbnail. So that is what we're going to be doing today. Please do want to subscribe to this channel and please share it with your friends and family. Thank you. So without wasting your time, let's get to work. So you guys, this is the material that we are going to be using to sew this dress. We are making this dress for a client, for a customer, and is our first time customer, so we have to give our best. So this is the inside of the fabric, and this other gold side is the outside. So we actually folded it into 4 pieces, which is going to be front and the back. So we are going to be using it to cut the front and the back together instead of cutting the front first and the back first second, because the material is not enough, and the length of this dress is about 60 plus, and then but the fabric is not enough, so we are going to do something about it. So the next thing we are going to do is to mark our starting line, which is going to serve as our shoulder line. And then the next thing on our list, of course, is to mark your neck width and your neck depth. So for the neck width we are using for this butterfly bubu is 4 inch, and then we are going to be using the neck depth of about 1.5. That is going to be for the back. So for the back neck depth we are using 1.5. So after marking the point, the next thing you're going to do is to connect it together using your chalk. So you guys, the next measurement we're going to be taking now is our shoulder measurement. So the shoulder of this customer divided by 2 is 8. So we're going to mark 8 inch, and then we're going to be using whatsoever fabric that remain here to form our sleeve. So that's what we're going to do. So we are going to just mark it down, use your chalk and trace it down to the end of the dress, because we are going to use all of this because it's a butterfly bubu, butterfly gown. If the next thing we're going to do is to mark our shoulder slope. So for the shoulder slope, you can decide to mark it from the sleeve part, since you're cutting the front and the back together and you're doing cut and join sleeve. So it does depend on you. Whatever you do, it's still going to give you the same thing. So the next thing we're going to do now is to mark from our shoulder to our bust point, and from our bust point to our under bust, and then to our waist and to our hip. But it is not necessary, it is not needed for this dress, because this is a butterfly bubu. You don't need all this shoulder to slope, shoulder to waistline to bust point. You don't actually need it. What is needed to cut and sew your butterfly bubu for a beginner or for anybody is just your neck depth, your neck width, your shoulder, the length of your sleeve, and then the full length of your dress is enough to make a very beautiful butterfly bubu. So I'm just showing this point so that you know that whenever you're cutting a dress, you must always indicate this point so that you know what you're doing as a beginner too, but it is not actually needed. So the next measurement we are going to take is going to be our front neck depth. So we are going to be using a V neckline, and we are going to be using the neck depth of 7. So it all depends on you. You can decide to make it 8, 9, or you can decide to make it 6 or 5. So it depending on you, is your choice and your customer's choice. So my customer wanted something not too deep, so I have to use 7, and then after that I have to use my chalk to connect the point together. So right about now, the next thing we're going to do is to take your scissor and cut it out. So when you're cutting, make sure you're cutting the back neck depth, and then you cut it and join it to the shoulder, and that is it. So So you guys, I'm sorry that my camera is not really showing very well. That is just the condition of the camera that I have. We just have to manage it like that. We have to use what we have to keep on pushing until we have a better phone to use and shoot. So you guys, if you have any question, anything to say, please do it to drop in the comment section. Please, I want you guys to be interacting, to be saying something, to be engaging on my videos, on my posts. So I need to see your engagement. Do it to connect, to say something. Anything you don't understand, ask your question. I will be there to attend to you. It's going to be my privilege to actually communicate with you. So right about now, we're going to be taking the length of the dress. As I said that the length of this dress is about 60 plus. So I'm going to just drag this dress to the point that my camera can capture. You know, my table is not that long, and then my camera again is wonderful. So we are going to be marking, we are going to be cutting 50. So the remaining part, we'll cut it out and use it to do our turning. We're going to be using the remaining part to turn the dress, the front neckline, the front and the back neckline, and then we use it to form the belt. We're going to be using for the dress. Any other forming, we're going to use that remaining fabric to do it. So right about now, I just finished marking my 50-inch. And then I will now use my scissor and cut it out. The remaining part to complete the full length is we're going to be using organza fabric to complete that part. So stay with me on this video so that you see the color of the organza and the finished part of the dress. So right about now, I'm just going to take it back. Then I will take this. So I'm going to cut out my neck line, and that is the front neckline. I'm going to remove the front from the back, and then I will cut it out. Then I will cut out all the part that I need to cut out, and then I will take and bring it back to the camera. So this is exactly what it looks like. I've cut out the neckline and the facing. So to turn it now, I'm going to place it like this, front side facing each other. Then I'll use my pin and hold it down. Then I'll take it to my sewing machine. I will sew it, and then I will turn it and iron it and bring it back and show you guys what it looks like. So this is the dress. As you can see, it's very beautiful, it's wonderful, and this is what it looks like. As you can see, it's neat. So when you're doing your own, make sure that it is neat and beautiful for your customer. You need to give your customer the best. All right. So the next thing we're going to do now is to sew the shoulder together. So what we're going to do is to place it right side facing each other like this, and then you hold it from your neckline and sew it down. We are going to be using 1/2 inch to join it together. So I'll take it to my sewing machine and do that, then and bring it back. So this is what it looks like. I've finished joining the shoulder together. So the next thing we're going to do is to take this dress has a belt. So we're going to be taking a measurement for that belt. So now what we're going to do, that what I mean is that it has an inner belt where you can use it and tie it to give you that shape. You know, this is going to be a big bubu gown, so you need that rope inside, that inner rope, to use and tie it to give you that beautiful shape. So now I'm going to mark her nipple from her shoulder to her under bust, which is 14 inch. Then I'll mark it on the both sides. So the next thing I'm going to do, on that 14 inch, I'm going to be marking her nipple to nipple measurement. That is, I'm going to place my tape from the center front. So make sure that your center front align. If you have light, you can go ahead and use light and press it down. So I will just mark her nipple to nipple divided by 2. Then I will mark it, and then that is the point where I'm going to be placing that rope and sew, so that it will give that beautiful fitting on the under bust. So this is the rope I'll be using. I've already prepared the rope off camera. So the length I'm using is about 30 inches. So I make about 2 straps, which I'm going to be using for the rope. So I'm just going to place it like this, and then I'll use my pin to pin it. So I'm sorry, like, you people cannot really see what I'm actually doing here, but you can still look very close to your screen, you will see it. So I'm done sewing it. So this is exactly what it looks like. So this is the rope that the customer is going to use to tie it. So the next thing we are going to do, I told you guys that this dress is 60 plus. The person is very tall, so he has the length of 60 plus, and we are going to be using organza fabric to complete that 60 plus. Remember, we'll cut about 50 inches on this fabric. We have 50 inch on this dress. We'll cut out 50 inch, and that 50 inch is not enough for the person, so we're going to be using organza. I already cut out my organza off camera, so you just have to add up what will complete that 60 plus and cut your organza like that. Then take it to your sewing machine and gather it and sew it. So I will just go and sew it right now, and then I will bring it back and show you guys what it looks like. So this is it, and this is the color of the organza that we used, and then I gathered them and actually sew it. You can see it's very beautiful and it is very, very neat. So the length is enough now. It's about 60 plus for the customer because she is very, very long. So right about now, what we're going to do is to make our ruffle. As you can see, this dress is a butterfly ruffle dress. So this is what we're going to be using. The length depends on what you want. So I actually cut out 5 inches. So the length is actually depending on whether you want one step, one 4 step. So I actually use this gathered, like I gathered it into 2 steps in one side. So I use about 3 yards. So the quantity of material you need depend on what you want. So we are going to just take it to my sewing machine and gather the organza, then I'll sew it round on the both sides. Then I will bring it back and show you guys what it looks like. So you guys, this is what it looks like, and I have gone ahead to sew the dress off camera, as I said. So this is my organza on the side. As you can see, it is very, very beautiful, and this is exactly what it's going to be on the customer's dress. So the remaining part, I will just have to weave it to give that beautiful finishing. So right about now, we're going to start taking. So we are, when you're sewing your butterfly, you have to sew it on, like you have to sew the stitches where you're going to close back on the right side of the fabric, and you're going to sew it on top. So that is what we're going to do now. So the measurement where we're going to start our stitches is going to be from our shoulder. You mark 12 inch down. So it depends on how open, how wide you want it to be. So for this customer, that is what I used. And you can decide to make it 10 is okay. So right about now, for this, from the organza, from where we join the organza, we're going to actually mark 5 inch, which is where we're going to be placing our thread and sew it. That is where we are going to stitch down. We're going to mark 5 inch down. Then you can decide to pin it so that it will not shake. So we'll just mark 5 inch down, sew it down. Then I will bring it back and show you guys what it looks like. So you guys, this is the dress. As you can see, it's very, very beautiful, and it's giving that big man wife vibe. So this is the dress. So I'm just going to size it and show you guys what it looks like. I think I'm going to actually post the dress on the customer's body, maybe on my shot when the customer send it to me. So this is what it looks like. Thank you so much for watching my videos, and please do well to subscribe, do well to like, and do well to share it with people that need this video. Share it with your other tailors. And thank you so much to my new subscribers, my old subscribers, and the people that are going to subscribe through this content. I love you guys. Please do what to comment, interact, and bye. See you in my next video.